Thank you. That's much better. So once again, thank you to Hankore for hosting me, for hosting all of us today at this very special, very significant event. So it won't have escaped anyone that we are in a moment where we have a flood of new tools and devices. Sorry, again, a little, here we go. And people have characterized this moment as the new golden age, a golden age of AI art. And I want to share some of that with you. I also want to talk about this moment for AI. And I'm particularly interested in how we can learn from the arts about AI. We also see an impact on the creative industries. Here in Korea, just this year, there was a release of a K-pop album in 6 languages simultaneously, thanks to AI. We can recover our lost artists and create works in their style. We talked a little bit about style this morning. Just this week, I think, we heard from none other than Paul McCartney that the final Beatles song is coming to us with the voice of John Lennon resurrected. And here is the world's first magazine cover generated by AI. I'm a little biased because they interviewed me for that edition. Sorry, little self-publicity. Now, what I'm interested in is, I'm really interested in the artistic and creative possibilities. And I'm particularly interested in how, working with AI, we can open up creative possibilities that simply weren't possible before. How we can envision works that were previously unimaginable. This here is a work by Refik Anadol, one of the better known and most celebrated artists working with AI. And it's interesting how he sees his practice. For Refik, he works with machine learning algorithms and data as his material, just like an artist would work with paint and paintbrushes, anvil and canvas. And he works with vast data sets, complex algorithms to inquire into urgent issues. He's got a great interest in environment and blue coral. So, a brief word about me, the new real, and where I come from. So, I'm based in Edinburgh, a beautiful city. We have a big castle. We also have an ancient university dating from 1583. Edinburgh was one of the birthplaces of the European Enlightenment, the place where scientific reasoning first emerged. But Edinburgh is also a cultural city. It's, I think many of you will know, its festival is famous around the world, and it has a serious claim to be the world's foremost festival city. And it's that meeting of AI and the arts that inspired me, that drew me there, and inspires our work in the New Real today. My own history, I don't go quite back that far. I was around in the 60s, but only just. I founded an organization called Future Everything in 1995 that was the festival's digital art, the UK's digital art festival and agency for 30 years, still going strong. We've worked around the world. We've come here to Korea. We've done very big projects in Singapore around the 50th anniversary of the founding of Singapore. And my colleague, Irini, is currently on the programming committee for the Busan Biennale. There's going to be announcements coming out about that soon, so look out for that. That's going to be very exciting, what they're doing in Busan. Today, the lab that I run is called The New Real. And we're interested in AI, art, and also futures. And we explore the future for society, for the planet, through AI and art. So here's a little flavor of what we do. So, what can I tell you about AI art? Well, quite clearly, I had to play with this a little bit. So, I'm surprised I'm the only one. It's a little bit cheesy, but I thought I'd ask ChatGPT and make a deepfake Drew. So, here are a few words on AI art.
AI art harnesses the power of algorithms and vast training data to generate visually captivating and thought-provoking creations. By learning from diverse datasets, AI algorithms can mimic artistic styles, generate original compositions, and even collaborate with human artists. This dynamic interplay between algorithms and training data sparks a captivating evolution in the realm of artistic expression.
Okay, so not the world's best deepfake, but there's a point to that, because what I'm going to be showing you is the uncanny nature of our life with machines, of our synthetic culture. So what we're really interested in our lab is co-creation between AI and humans. We commission artists, we present artists, and we develop tools. And we try to develop tools that go beyond the limitations of the widely available tools today and give artists, human artists, more creative control, so there's greater agency in that co-creation. We've developed a tool we call the slider, which enables people to define a dimension of interest in a data set and then probe and explore and visualize that dimension. And we do this in a very outward-going way. I come from the arts, and I've spent my life presenting art, making art, running festivals, and we use the space of the festival as almost a fourth layer in that human-centered design model we saw earlier of the cultural layer. We use the space of the festival as a laboratory to test, to play, to explore, to build, to ask questions. And in our work, we really work with artists to explore some of the profound challenges that we've already looked at today. And some of those, I think the arts are particularly well suited to address. So, deepfakes are one of those ways in which this technology comes together in a set of as a technology and that is really impacting on society. It can be quite playful if we're reanimating an artist, say. But even here in Korea, there was a very controversial case where a national broadcaster, MBN, created a deepfake of their newsreader, raising huge issues, again, many of which were touched on this morning, around the need for disclosure, question of jobs, question of authorship and trust. Whose voice are we hearing? And in the discussion after that, some industry voices were saying, and I would be seriously troubled if I worked in journalism, that deepfake is the future of content creation. That this is a model which is displacing forms of knowledge creation that have been developed carefully and rigorously over years and have their own guardrails. So really problematic ideas. Another case in Korea was around a well-known illustrator, Kim Yong-ji, who sadly passed away, and works were recreated. I'm sure everyone will be familiar with this, which really threw up a lot of debates in Korea. So, I'm, if anything, an optimist. I certainly, as I think Song Yi mentioned, I don't buy into the fear-mongering about the robots marching down the street to destroy us. And I think that there's a lot of the negative hype around at the moment that we can really unpick. I also don't think that AI wants to be my friend or have a relationship with me, because fundamentally AI doesn't have intent. AI is a collection of algorithms and data generating statistical outputs, and that imputation of intent, of human personality, is a problem. But there are very real, very present day issues which contribute to some of those big concerns we have around democracy, around truth. The fact that AI is black boxed, it's not transparent. In some ways it's unknowable. Data-driven systems are very complex. Even the designers don't understand why outcomes have been produced. And these issues are urgent and we need to grapple with them. So, I want to, first of all, just give a little insight into how accessible some of this stuff is. The reason for my clunky deepfake earlier is I wanted to throw something together just to show you how we can use these tools very easily. We talked before about the change is around the accessibility. You know, deep learning, machine learning, we've had those big advances over the last decade, but now these services, we can go online. There's web-based services that are very, very accessible. So first of all, the key interaction form that we have today is the prompt interface. And people talk a lot about democratization, and it certainly is that. This tool is the interface for most people to the majority of tools. And we have prompt engineering where people build different, connect different systems together, which has huge potential. And we're seeing creative applications simply of the text prompt. But it's also very limiting. It's very limited. One of our inspirations is to offer, as I say, more creative control. And at the same time as this is democratizing creativity, it's also withdrawing access to the means to be creative. By black boxing a tool, an artist can't tweak, can't shape, can't hack in the way that someone working with paintbrush and paint can always mix their own color. We can't do that with AI.